DeMar DeRozan makes All-NBA second team. Zach Lavine has a successful knee surgery, but doesn't make an All-NBA team, which locks him in to around $210 million for a contract max. Let's talk about all that and more, starting now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. To start things off, congratulations are in order to the man, the myth, the legend, the Chicago Bulls star for this season, DeMar DeRozan. Absolutely balled out this year. 27.9 points per game, 5.2 rebounds a game, 4.9 assists. Shot that on 50% shooting. 50% shooting this season, and had his career high in three-point percentage this year at 35.2%, breaking Wilt records. Absolutely balling out this season. I believe how the second half of the season really is what got him on All-NBA second team. But congratulations still in order to DeMar DeRozan. You really feel good about the direction that the Bulls are heading in, knowing that he's on the team, knowing that Zach Lavine does have that second option, knowing that the Bulls will be able to move forward, at least for right now, right, and have somebody in place until you get the development of some of those younger pieces that are going to come up. I love the win now approach, and DeMar DeRozan is a part of that, showing that he's not some washed up old veteran that the Bulls brought in just to be over there and scoring the basketball. That DeMar DeRozan can come into this team and absolutely be a dominant force and a great partner for Zach Lavine to have and to help him win more games, and somebody who can teach these guys how to win games and how to attack. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about DeMar that you gotta love, man. To me, I really feel good about DeMar DeRozan being on this Bulls team moving forward. I feel like there's going to be a high point in his career, and maybe this is the high point, right? Maybe this is the best that we see, but still, I think there's going to be high output from DeMar over the course of this contract. But I think that his presence with Patrick Williams, I think that his presence with Ayo Dosunmu is really what's going to put this team stepping into the right direction as you see those two guys continue to develop. And so I'm really excited to see what DeMar is going to bring. I do want to know from you guys, though, do you feel like this was the high point of DeMar's career, or do you feel like DeMar will be able to repeat these kind of antics that we saw from him this season next season? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. The other news from the day, Zach Lavine having successful knee surgery today, which is a good thing to hear, man. He's set to make a full recovery per Jamal Collier of ESPN, right? And I think that that's something that you feel good about, especially heading into next season, right? That Zach Lavine will be back to 100% of the player that he was before he had these knee injuries. Zach Lavine spent the entire season trying to manage these knee injuries and just being there because he knew that his presence was so important for the Bulls to make the playoffs. He wanted to be a part of that process. And he was just able to kind of manage the pain and not make anything worse. I think that's the best news of all, is that he wasn't able to make anything worse. And that when the doctors went in there, they weren't looking at something and then get in there and they hit him with a, this is going to be much worse than we actually thought it was, right? Because he did force himself to play through it. He said he was on 50% of a knee this season. So it's going to be good to see Zach Lavine be able to get back to the player that he once was for the Chicago Bulls. I mean, this season, understandably so, all of Zach's numbers were down, 24 points per game, shot it at a 38% clip from the three-point line, about a 39% clip from the three-point line, shot at 47% from the field, right? But season before that, when Zach was 100% and ready to go, 27.4 points per game, shot at 41% from the three-point line, almost 42, 41.9 if you want to round up for him there, and shot at 50% from the field as a whole. A 50-40-84 player, you know, very close to that 50-40-90, but a 50-40-84 player for Zach Lavine the season before. And that's the player you hope that he's able to get back to by coming back into this. Now, the interesting thing is, will Zach be here next season? Because Zach didn't make an All-NBA team. That's been the speculation around the NBA. Casey Johnson does still feel like the Chicago Bulls have the best chance to re-sign Zach Lavine, but by him not making an All-NBA team, that contract isn't going to be as high as it could have been if he does make one of those teams. Instead, he's going to come in at about $210 million. AK's already said that they're willing to offer him that. I think the Bulls probably knew, due to the injury, that Zach Lavine wasn't going to make an All-NBA team. It is one of the things that I hoped, right, that the Bulls would be able to go into this and offer him the full max and you were hoping that there was some scenario where Zach's like, hey, no, I want to keep talent around me, you know, let's settle in around 210. But I feel like Zach's worked hard enough, and he should have had the option to make that decision. But instead, listen, hey, 210 is still a lot of freaking money, right? So I think that Zach Lavine going to be able to go out there and get that max from the Chicago Bulls. Whether he wants to be a Chicago Bull is going to be interesting to see. I think that this is the best situation for Zach to succeed, especially coming back fully healthy. I know a lot of people had speculation on, oh, Zach Lavine, he doesn't want to be here because he doesn't want to play second fiddle to Demar, when they're not looking at the situation of Zach Lavine is playing second fiddle to Demar because Zach Lavine was 50% of the player that he was the season before. Zach Lavine playing through injury, like he just wasn't able to get over the top, and on top of that, he had to be a ball handler for this team because of the injury to Lonzo Ball. And not only the fact that he was 50% of himself, but even taking on more of a load and probably doing more, causing more pain for himself because of how many injuries there actually were to this team. So I think that getting Zach Lavine back on this team 100%, you'll see him be the man next year, especially standing next to DeMar DeRozan and essentially learning how to win, right? Like, there's something to be said when you learn how to win. Learning how to win this season and getting to the playoffs for the first time in his career. And I think the Bulls will be back there next season, and I can't wait to see what a 100% Zach Lavine is able to do. I do think the Bulls will have to manage his knee a little bit, right? I don't know if that will include some contract incentives where he does go into this with injury latent incentives, right? For him getting his full 210. That could be why we're seeing so much pushback from what I believe from Clutch Sports, because, you know, they want the injury restrictions not to be in the contract. But AK did say in the press conference that the knee plays no part in contract negotiations for him. So I think you'll see Zach Lavine get the full 210. I think you'll see Zach Lavine probably get that 210 without injury restrictions in the contract, and the Bulls will just have to manage his body. You know, he won't play second of back-to-backs. He won't play every game of a road trip. That's fine. A lot of players are doing that in the NBA right now. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, those guys are doing that in the NBA right now. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for Zach Lavine. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you're going to see Zach Lavine come back next season 100% with a vengeance, looking to prove a lot of the naysayers wrong that say that, oh, it's not his team, he can't be a number one on a team, all of that stuff, man. Zach Lavine wants to win, and I think Zach Lavine's going to prove to you that he's worth the $210 million. But I want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. Do you feel like Zach's going to get that full 210? Let me know. Drop a yes, Y for yes, N for no in the comments. And if he does get the money, do you feel like Zach Lavine will be on the Chicago Bulls getting paid that, or will there be some kind of sign and trade in place because he might want to go elsewhere? I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bulls content. Click the links on the screen or check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.